Hello Cancer, welcome to Essence Reflections Tarot. My name is Krista and this is your reading for the week of June 17th to 23rd, 2019. And it's for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. If you're new to the channel, or even if you're not new, if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you can find out when your next reading comes out. And let's get started. I really appreciate you being here. And physically, we have the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Emotionally, the King of Swords in reverse. Mentally, the Page of Cups. And spiritually, the Ten of Cups in reverse. So it looks like on a number of different levels you have some new things that you're learning, some new messages that you're getting, definitely a new way of connecting to perhaps your psychic gifts, or gifts that are not physical or emotional or mental, but things that kind of connect you to something that is part of the mystery, and something that's greater than yourself, and something that you're connecting to a part of yourself that you had not realized was there before. Definitely could be coming through in your dreams, and sort of a more mystical type of communication than you are used to. But what I'm also seeing here is it doesn't look like there's huge major shifts happening for you. There are no major arcana in this reading, so it's more kind of working through the details. What I do see that's really happening here, and really is kind of setting the tone for the reading, and that's that your perfectionist subpersonality seems to be having a field day, especially with your emotions. Perhaps you are having this inner dialogue going on that you shouldn't be feeling a certain way, or you shouldn't be expressing your emotions a certain way, but definitely the shouldn't be feeling a certain way seems very, very prominent. There can be other perfectionist dialogues that are happening, but the how you should and shouldn't be feeling seems to be upsetting this connection that you could be having, and that you did have, that you've kind of had demolished by this perfectionist voice. And really, there is a need to dialogue with your perfectionist, and a need to be creative in the way that you dialogue with that way of thinking. Maybe even writing it down, and writing that voice as a character, and deciding what you think that voice and that dialogue, if it belonged to an actual person that you could imagine, what would they look like, what would they sound like, what would their mannerisms be, and how could you bring that person kind of to life so that you can dialogue with them and find out what it is that perhaps they're trying to protect you from. The perfectionist subpersonality can be very, very harsh and very paralyzing. And the really odd thing is that usually they're trying to protect us. Usually they're there, they can be based on voices of actual people from our past, and the dialogue that they created that we've kind of internalized and carried through for ourselves into our present. But it can also be ways of trying to save ourselves from uncomfortable situations, or things that this part of ourselves views as dangerous. So maybe there's something to do with connecting to people on a spiritual level that this part of yourself sees danger in, and so has gone in and caused a bit of sabotage to this beautiful connection that you had been able to make. And so uncovering where that fear is and what it is that that voice is trying to protect you from. And sometimes it's a matter of saying, thanks for your input, I hear you, now you need to take a back seat, I'm going to drive. But once you start that dialogue, I'm sure that you will find some clarity and find some direction to move in order to allow yourself to reconnect again and allow yourself to connect with whatever new physical knowledge is available for you as well, because it looks like, while it has affected you on a spiritual level, it's also really affected you on a physical level as well, and perhaps caused you to feel that you're not as competent as you could be, and that you're not able to learn, and just those, that negative undermining drive that they have for us. It looks like that's really taking its toll on you. And it's a really great thing to remember that that's just a voice. Those are just thoughts. That's not the truth. That's not the reality. So it's trying to find how to move that voice from a place of piercing you and tearing you down to a place of separating that truth from illusion and allowing you the freedom to know how to move forward and what to move with and what to allow to dissipate because it's illusion. This, as I said, does not look like a major shift. This doesn't look like something that's going to take a lot of internal work and a lot of difficulty for you. It's a matter of changing your perspective and changing who has priority and who is allowed to sit here and speak to you and decide for you what's going to dictate your actions and what's going to dictate how you connect to those around you and how you connect to yourself. I really hope that this has resonated for you. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. If you'd like your own personalized reading, go ahead and click the link to my website in the description box below. And other than that, I hope you have a great week. Bye-bye.